past few days, residents have been finding it a bit hard to accept that Potong Pasir has lost to PAP.
Yes.
Does SPP see itself playing a role in trying to act as a bridge between the residents and the incoming new MP?
Well, I think you've seen us say publicly that obviously all of us are disappointed for having lost Potong Pasir. It really is an emotional loss that hits at the very core of the Potong Pasir community who've been with the Chiams for the past 27 years. So I think it's not something that the community can get over easily. I mean, for me, I think there is a process of emotional coming to terms with this reality that needs to go through, and that happens, I think, in any constituency. I believe, for example, in Aljunied, there might be a constituency that needs to go through that emotional transition process as well. As a party, what we've done is we've really publicly come forward to ask our residents in Potong Pasir to work with Mr. Sito as best as they can within what he's trying to do, and we've also called for calm and objectivity in terms of how they respond to that reality. I think one thing that will be difficult for any one of us to handle is just the emotional surge of that is coming up from ground up in terms of what the community is. So we're actually also concerned about what will happen to Mr. Cham's cubicle, in Block 108. What will happen, for example, to the big poster of Mr. Cham that's up. The Potong Pasir residents have identified with the slogan that has been brandished across billboards in Potong Pasir. We are a little bit concerned that if that were to be taken down, that could possibly again cause an emotional reaction. So we're hoping that could transition smoothly across.
Can you give us an update on the town council transition plans? Are there any updates?
I don't have any latest updates at the moment because both sides are in the process of finding a date to sit down and work through the handover.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have more information along the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, will you collaborate with PAP to address issues raised by the residents?
I think when you say collaborating, meaning can we work together with them to understand the residents more? For us, you've heard me say this in the rally, we, the SPP, are the strategic partners party. So it would probably, it will take two hands to clap. So we'd also similarly look forward to Mr. Sito and his team to also work with us as strategic partners, or allow us to work with them as strategic partners to not only handle the transition, but to develop Potong Pasir as a whole. So we definitely don't intend to be out of the picture. We are committed to stay involved, and that's also the same for Bishan-Toa Payoh and Hong Kong North. I think we would like to say to the PAP teams in both those constituencies a congratulatory message for having won, but that also we want to be here, we are here, and we're happy to continue to be strategic partners as alternative parties in the community for the sake of the residents at large. Yeah.
So what is Mr. Cham's plan going forward? Will he be in charge of the virtual MPS or anything like that?
Mr. Cham, from beginning to now, is very much still at the helm of the party as Sec-Gen, so that doesn't change at all. He continues to be our inspiration, our guide, and his mental faculties are still very strong and sharp, so he makes a lot of the final decisions after consultation within the CEC. And I think moving forward, definitely he would be applying a lot of his strategic decision making and weight to, for example, our 5-year comeback master plan and the details in there. So the virtual MPS, the physical MPS, some of the community dialogue groups, some of the neighborhood gatherings, Mr. Cham will very much be involved with all of those. Yeah.
The past Mr. Cham has had some problems with leadership. So how do you ensure that it's really?
Oh, that's something which you probably need to ask them. My answer to that would be that I think from the very beginning, when I was asked and invited to join, I committed to be in this long term. And I think also over the past month working with my colleagues in SPP, we developed a very strong, deep sense of friendship and trust and bonding. And we've really weathered the 1 month's battle. I realize 1 month compared to 5 years ahead is a short time, but we definitely feel that there is a strong base of trust for us to carry on to build this party as a team together. Yeah.
It's heartening to see that you're a breath of fresh air to SPP, but this party has been dormant or pretty much stayed the same for the past decades. How confident are you that you can effect change this time?
Oh, firstly, I'm going to say I'm not sure if change is the right word, because there are some truths about what Mr. Cham and SPP is that we do not want to change at all. The fact that SPP represents the voice of the common Singaporean, the fact that SPP, we are very much on the ground, the fact that we hold press conferences in kopitiams and out here. I think a lot of that image, that heartbeat we want to keep. I think the word that we would like to use is that we want to be able to grow, develop, consolidate the party to make it stronger and more robust in terms of being able to field candidates in dialogue at Parliament through Mrs. Chiam's role and put up a stronger showing at the next election. So that's how we see the way forward.
Some of the plans are quite ambitious. One book title every 3 to 6 months. Are you worried that if you can't meet this, the voters will be disappointed?
Well, one book title every 3 to 6 months is something that we have come up with, a group of us together in consultation with 1 or 2 publishers that have committed to helping us in that area as well. So book titles could be anything from a small little photo essay to a monograph to an actual thicker softcover book or a hardcover coffee table book. So I think we're hoping that publications will be a way to keep us visible out there in the eyes of the public. And every single book title doesn't have to be a thick picture book. For example, we're looking at putting together a collection of all of Mr. Chiam's past speeches in Parliament, and that collection would be a wonderful little booklet in itself. We're also looking at short little monographs on key issues that we will be coming up with, that we will put forth as essays that could probably be condensed into editorials within a newspaper, but exist as a small paperback monograph volume as well. So that's the kind of publication strategy that we're looking at over the next 5 years.
So then the elections, what is the response been like in terms of volunteers coming to SPP to want to be members?
Well, we have been completely overwhelmed by 500 over members of the public coming forward to volunteer their support. And these people are volunteering. They volunteered before, but after the election and after they knew what the election results were, they came forward and affirmed their support and volunteer effort again for the next 5 years. So for us, that's a wonderful showing of a large community of people who want to be with us. And for example, this Sunday we have a thank you event between 1 to 3 o'clock at Bishan. That's being organized completely by our supporters. And end of June, there's going to be a big, huge party that's being organized for Mr. Chiam, again by another group of supporters. There's another group of supporters that's looking at putting together some sort of an exhibition of Potong Pasir. So we've got supporters coming up literally through the cracks, just suggesting ways and means to keep us visible, to grow us forward, and we want to incorporate them within the party as volunteers or as members, and let their ideas and suggestions take hold so that they own it for themselves. And so this will truly become Singapore's People's Party.
Okay, then there's some talk that there could be kind of coalition like SDP and SP. Is there any possibility to that?
We have always maintained right through the election campaigning as well on opposition collaboration and opposition alliance. So we have very strong personal relationships with many of the other opposition parties. So for us, talking about how we can align better and collaborate, cooperate a lot stronger is a very natural thing to do. I think it's just an organic step to how we have been collaborating across opposition parties during the election campaign period as well. Yeah.
So any merger of alliance or sort, that kind of thing that we could see possibly in the next election?
Well, what I can tell you is that no party as yet has come to us to formally invite us into any sort of a merger or or collaboration. But on an informal basis, we have had that collaboration at various levels, from loaning candidates to helping with resources to coordinating topics that we speak in rallies. So I think that kind of an informal collaboration that has been the strength of the opposition parties will definitely continue, and I believe grow a lot stronger in the next 5 years.
Would you say that a collaboration is more likely than
no, I'm saying that we have not been approached formally for a merger, and that collaboration has been happening and will definitely continue to strengthen.
SPP is still trying to maintain its presence among residents in Bishan-Toa Payoh and the various constituencies, while, like, for instance, Mr. Sito is planning to transit into Potong Pasir. How do you all balance that, between allowing the new MP to come in and yet trying to maintain a presence?
Well, I think first of all, we definitely have been telling residents in Potong Pasir that they have a new MP and that PAP has won and they are in charge. So I think the Potong Pasir residents will probably need some time to come to terms with that reality. And Mrs. Chiam knows Mr. Sito really well. So I think that collaboration in terms of sitting down and figuring out how a space or role could be carved out for us and SPP to be there to help out with the development of Potong Pasir would be something that we would look forward to. Comeback 2016, assuming lines are not redrawn, will definitely be Potong Pasir, Hong Kong North and Bishan-Toa Payoh.